To create a project using Visual Studio, we'll go to the File menu, select New, and Project. Now, depending on which Visual Studio.NET elements we have installed, Visual Basic, Visual C#, Visual C++, etc., we will see different options here in the list of project types that's available. For example, I have all of the underlying base classes and structure and compiler for Visual C# installed. Therefore, I have a listing of Visual C# projects. If you look on the right-hand side, we see a list of different project templates that are supported by C#. Those include things such as a Windows application, a basic class library, Windows control library. If I'm creating a web-based application, I have ASP.NET Web App, those are our web forms, our ASP.NET Web Services, web control libraries, as well as other types of more traditional packages such as our console applications. Okay? If I'm interested in creating a console application, for example, we'll start there. I simply click on Console Application in the template, and then I'll give this application a name. I'll call this project Hello Proj. And you'll notice under Location, you can specify where that project will actually be created. In this particular case, it's going to go into the My Documents folder underneath the Visual Studio Projects in a folder called Hello Proj. When I choose the OK button, the IDE will create the project. Now, what I'm going to get by default, since this is basically just a little console application, is a class file. This class is titled Class 1. Notice the extension, .cs. That represents a C# class. Now, the name of the project is Hello Proj, and you'll notice that by default, it automatically created a namespace for us here. So our class that we're going to create is in the namespace Hello Proj. Now, the class name, Class 1, is not very descriptive, so I may want to change the name of that class. I'm going to change the name of the class to Say Hello. But remember, we also have a file that's been created that represents the underlying class. So I not only need to change the name of the class, but I probably should change the name of the file as well. To change the file name, I'm going to go off to the Windows on the right-hand side, and we will go to the Solution Explorer window. You'll notice that there's a reference here for class1.cs. I'm going to right-click on that, choose Rename from the menu, and we will rename that, say, hello.cs. That actually renames the class file in the underlying operating system. Now, at this point, I can begin entering the logic that I want within the structure of my application. For right now, we're going to do something really simple. I'm just going to print out a statement to the console. So I'm going to come in here into this main method, and I'm going to enter system.console. You'll notice that as we're typing along, we get little pop-up help. To use any of the elements from the pop-up help, all I have to do is select it from the list, and then I'm hitting the Tab key to select that element. And here are all the various properties, methods, etc. that are provided by this console class. I'm interested in a method called WriteLine. Now, what I'm going to write is simply the text, Hello World. Of course, we have to have a Hello World application in a programming class, so let's get that out of the way now. So now that I've created my project, defined the logic of the class, basically now we're in a position where we're ready to compile.